I would expect this, guys. The strongest border security legislation America has ever passed. That could include things like ending incentives for future illegal immigration, stronger border enforcement, faster immigration court decisions, mandatory employment verification, clear limits on executive authority to create future immigration programs without Congress. Like, we can't just be throwing out money. And I don't want the president, whether Republican or Democrat, to be doing this, like running this way. It seems like it's like each party gets to kind of do whatever they want to appeal or appease the group instead of it being law, which stands as a foundational thing. It shouldn't be swayed every 4 years or every new, like when the new party takes office. And I want this too: consistent enforcement of immigration laws against those who do not qualify under the agreement. That means New York City, sanctuary cities, California, Chicago, no longer. The message would be simple. We are solving yesterday's problems, but we're not creating tomorrow's. And again, why am I pushing this? Because I believe DACA recipients are unique categories. They grew up here. Many only speak English. Many serve their communities and their country. Many have American families. That doesn't erase how they arrived, but it does recognize that America has allowed them, and this is the key point, that America has allowed them to live here for years while Congress failed to reach a permanent decision. That's a failure on our part as our government system, which has been failing a lot in the last 30 years. If Congress acts, everyone finally knows the rules. We can't live in this gray area forever. That's where we've been living for a while now. Now, from the conservative perspective, some conservatives will disagree with me. I can hear it now. I'd love to talk about it. Please, conservatives, be respectful and tell me how you feel about this, because I consider myself a conservative, but I have voted Democrat most of my life. They'll argue that legalization rewards illegal immigration. That's going to be their argument, and I understand that concern. But I would answer that the real reward comes when government refuses to enforce its own laws consistently. That's the part we failed in that moment. We should have never let the wound get infected. It festered, and now it's this big eyesore, and that's a failure of leadership on America's part. If America draws a firm line after resolving the status of the long term dreamers through legislation, then the country has a clear, democratically enacted policy instead of relying on temporary executive orders, which is seeming to be the compromise. Now, let me speak real quickly on the side of the progressives. Well, why they should like it and why they won't like it. Many progressives would likely support a pathway to citizenship for dreamers. That's their thing. They think. Where they may disagree with me is on the enforcement side. I believe compassion only works when the rules are clear. A nation, ignoring either one, if you ignore, you have to have heart and laws. And without either one, you're just going to create new problems. Finally, when you agree, whether you agree with me or not, I believe that this is the kind of debate that America should be having. Not endless lawsuits, not temporary executive orders, a real law, a real compromise, a clear message. America can be compassionate without surrendering its borders. That's the part right there. That's tonight. That's what I want you to get, that we can be compassionate without giving up our actual our laws and the things that make our America great. Now, let's talk about the man. Let's talk about why we're here, the man in the middle. Why I believe Donald Trump is the one who can do it. Here's where my opinion may surprise some people. I believe Donald J. Trump is uniquely positioned to solve the DACA issue once and for all. Not because I agree with him on everything, not because I think Republicans have historically handled this issue well, But because I believe he has the political influence and the practical instincts, that's what I believe, to bring together enough Republicans to support a legislative solution that many other Republican leaders could not. I do believe it. I think he's the right man for this, and I think he could cement himself. This man, the man I voted for, has repeatedly shown that he is willing to challenge long held assumptions within his own party when he believes it serves a larger goal. If there is a Republican who could stand before the American people and say, we're going to secure the borders, we're going to enforce our immigration laws, and finally settle the status of the Dreamers through Congress, I believe the only one I could think of that could pull that off is Donald Trump. In my view, this isn't about rewarding illegal immigration. This isn't. It's about choosing one chapter or closing one chapter while making sure it cannot simply repeat itself. The bargain, as I see it, is straightforward. Congress creates a permanent legal pathway for eligible DACA recipients who were brought here as children and have demonstrated that they are productive, law-abiding members of society. In return, the Congress enacts strong border security immigration enforcement measures designed to reduce future unlawful immigration and reaffirm that immigration policy is made through legislation rather than temporary executive orders. Some Republicans may reject that idea. Some Democrats may reject the enforcement measures that would accompany. But I believe successful leadership often means asking both sides to accept compromises. That's always been the way it was. They would not choose on their own. Whether this proposal ever happens, I believe it would represent one of the most significant immigration agreements in modern American history. That's my perspective. Now, I'd like to hear yours, man. Gemini Lounge, man, please forward this to anyone you think might. I would love to hear how people of importance think about this. Let's settle the DACA. Let's settle the Dreamers. Let's get that. That's about, I want to say, what is it, about 600,000, 700,000? Let's say a million Dreamers. Let's say it. Think about, if we can close them borders and get better security, that stops. You know how many millions come over every year? Especially, what was they estimate, like 20 million under Biden? I would rather give a million people who have been in this country, have some service to this country, that don't know anywhere else really but this country, came here as younger people. I would like to reduce that age from 16 down to like probably, I mean, not now. But once we do it one time, we're not going to do it again. So I don't even have to worry about, like, I don't like the 16. Like, if you got hit by 16, I think by 16, you're a grown up. I don't care what you live with it. I'm really thinking more people that were here like at 8 years old, 10 years old. I would go 10 years old. But again, we've already like put a whole group and we've claimed them as 16, got here by the time they were under 16. And we consider that Dreamers, and they came here through their parents with no real choice of their own. I know it could get blurry, but even if we blurry it, and I'm saying that's a million who pretty much don't, this is the country they know the most. Because at this point, this has been going on for what, like 20 years now? 15, 20 years? So these people got to be like in their 30s, you know? I think a million max versus the tens of millions will stop from infiltrating, and to be able to actually enact real laws that will bypass executive order. I think that's worth the compromise, man. Gemini Lounge, man, like and subscribe, but please tell me what you think about that. Do you think this is a good compromise? Tell me where you think I'm wrong. I appreciate you guys for being here. This is the conversation. We out. Peace.